Exploratory factor analysis example. Here is the example from our book. It is asked to obtain the principal component loadings for two factors. I won't go through the detail of how to calculate that because there are very detailed of the steps you can go through. What I want to explain is about how to use this example and how to use the result of the calculation. So how to compute the communalities. You want to use the first lambda square and sum with the square of the second lambda. For example, if the calculation of the lambda loadings look like that, then what you want to do is that. And then the result of the 0.993 means the factor could express 99.3% of the first variable. And the specific variances use the 1 minus the communalities. That is, the proportion couldn't be explained by the factor for this variable. And then we use the proportion of total variation by the corresponding eigenvalue divided by the sum of all eigenvalues. This is totally the same as the PCA, which we learned before. And then after you get the loadings, you can calculate the communalities and the specific variances that couldn't be explained by the factors. And then use the proportion for each of the factor, then cumulative proportion, which is around 96%, so that is very high for the factors that could express the original information. How many items per factor? We have settled down that we need two factors, and how could we come up with the factor? Which item should be contributing into the factor? Again, the bare mean equals to 2 and the recommended is 3. Then the typical is for 210. Also look at the factor loadings. If it is around 0.3, that is the minimum consideration level. And those numbers over here, those are the factor loadings. If it is less than 0.3, we just remove it and we don't want to use it. If it is minus, we don't want to look at it either. So if the loading is larger than 0.5, that is the practically significant item. And then we can see the loadings gonna look like that. For the factor 1, all those 5 items should be contributed into it. Or if you want to set the 0.5 is too small, you can remove it, but ideally we want to keep it. Then for the factor 2, the intelligent and the just gonna contribute to the factor 2. That is the conceptual complex model that for one item that contributes into several factors for one item. Like the just, it contributes to the load to the factor 1 as well as to the factor 2. Here is the other example that is the simple model. For the first 4 item, which all contribute to the factor 1, and the following 3 contribute to the factor 2, the upcoming 2 contribute to the factor 3. And then we can explain it as the factor 1 means the feeling after onboarding. The factor 2 might be like the book experience for the customers. And the third one, we can see maybe there were several attributes compared to the other flights or company. Then we can use just those 3 factors instead of the 10 or 9 different items to explain the questions. In that way, we achieve the data reduction as well as the theory explanation.